my Dallas make it hurt.
Woo! What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show that is being seen live right now on Facebook, on the Big Time Show Facebook page, as well as the Big Time Show YouTube page. It should be right now on Instagram as well. And it is. It is as of right now. It is. What's going on, everybody? I'm back on Instagram. I don't know why I was off in the first place, but I'm back. I'm going on. What's going on, Instagram family? Welcome to the Big Time Show on this great Saturday afternoon. I'm on Twitch and on X or Twitter, live, whichever way you want to call it. I'm there. I'm glad. Appreciate you. I see you, Joe. Thank you so much. I was just about to say, listen, as you come in, will you please share as much as you can to your other Cowboy groups or Cowboy haters or whatever way you want to do it. Let them know that I'm on. Let them know we're here to have a little fun on today. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers that we'll be celebrating on tomorrow. This is a great traveling weekend, as it usually is for Mother's Day. The last thing that people want to be doing is tuning in and looking at somebody like me. They want to be on an airplane. They're headed to see Mother, and for some, Mother's Day weekend, actually. For some people celebrate their mothers the weekend, and that's a great thing to do, of course. I wish my mother was here. Most of you know 2 years ago, right about this weekend on May the 10th of 2 years ago, my mother passed away, and things have just not been the same since then. But the God that we serve has been blessing, and he is healing. And so to those of you that have mothers, go ahead and celebrate as long as you can, while you can, and enjoy your mother on this weekend. I'm quite sure you will. What's going on, everybody? I see you, Brother Tyrone Church. What's up, man? What is going on? What's going on? I see you in the chat. Joe, I see you. Tyrone, I'm asking you a question in just a second. I see it's up there. We're going to ask her, what's going on? Okay, Shane. Yes. Shane, I didn't even know you was in Columbia. Tornadoes have hit the state of Tennessee in the far eastern region. Tornadoes are there, and Shane is there where Shane says is going on. Okay. I hope that everything is fine. You weren't caught up in it, were you, Shane? Were you caught up in that? I don't know. Let me know here. But prayers, of course, for everyone that experienced that this last few days worth of weather that has been going crazy all across the United States, but particularly in the southern region and the eastern region of the United States. So our prayers are with them. Hopefully everything will be fine and will be restored. Uh, it may take a little time, but it can happen. All right. Appreciate everybody for popping in on me. Let's go ahead and go to work. Let's go to work, y'all. And really, this is a freestyle show. You guys will kind of today dictate where we'll go with the show on today. And I already got my first question already up by Tyrone Church. Tyrone immediately starts the party off, and he says, "Is Pete going to get a fair chance?" And he's speaking of the running back that we drafted in the draft, of course. And Tyrone, if you're still here, I would say, depending on what you define a chance, and I don't know if you're talking about he will get a chance to shine in the preseason, to me, because when you look at our roster and you look at who we have, it's obvious that a lot of our guys, main guys, especially, and I'm go ahead and say they shouldn't do this, what I'm getting ready to say, and that is they're not going to play in the preseason. They're not. Our starters have not played in the preseason, not a damn, in the last two. I can remember two years definitely, but it may even go beyond that. They have not played one snap in the preseason. So for that, I will say P will get a fair chance to shine in the preseason. The Cowboys, a lot of things they will say, but the real truth of the matter is that a lot of these people that you're seeing that are signing, they have to, because of, remember what the criteria is for a preseason roster. You have to have up to 90 players. And that will go all the way until the last game of the preseason before they make their cuts to the 53-man roster. So what the Cowboys won't say is what I will say, but it really is that, and that is that the Cowboys have to have some camp bodies. They're not the only team. Everybody has to have camp bodies. In other words, guys that really don't have a chance to really make the 53-man roster. However, they might have a chance to make a practice squad. They very well may have a chance to make someone else's team or someone else's practice squad. That can happen. Do I think Pete is in there? I don't think we got a chance, because I don't think he really has a chance. When you look at our running back room, I understand we need a speed back. You're right. I get it. But Cowboys, and my reason, I'm not the Tyrone, I'm not the do all and say all. So keep in mind, these are just my opinions. It's not fact. But let's look at it together. Look at our running back room. Look at who's in there. I can name at least, I'm going to say 3 running backs that I know that are going to make this team. Zeke Elliott is going to make the team, obviously. Rico is going to make the team. Hunter Lemke is going to make this team. I know that. I think most would agree with that. After that, there's a question mark. Now, there is one, of course, that everybody, somewhat like, and I think he has a real good shot, but I'm not 1,000% sure, and that is Deuce Vaughn. Deuce might probably need to be on that list too. But after that, Royce Freeman, Royce not going to make it. I don't think he's going to make it. Malik Davis is not going to make it. Snoop, he's not gonna make it. But out of the guys I'm calling out that say they're not gonna make it, how many of them are going to make the practice squad? So even with that, because you got to keep some of them, now you got to figure out, okay, who's just gonna be left out? I think Malik Davis, I don't understand why, but I believe he's gonna be one of the odd men out. And I'm not sure about Pete. But I will say this, Tyrone. Pete will get opportunities in the preseason because our guys won't be playing. So if he's going to shine, or at least be affiliated with the Cowboys, then he's going to have to handle his business for real in the preseason because the running back room is crowded with veterans, with guys who have NFL experience in running the ball. I'm just sticking with Royce Freeman. I don't think he will make the team. Hey, Demetrius, I see you. It is what it is. And I think, like I said, I'm 100% sure on Ezekiel Elliott, Rico, and Hunter Lemke making the team. I'm 100%. When I think about Deuce, though, I'm thinking more about 85 to 90%, which of course is good. Maybe even a little bit more than that. And I saw what Shane put down. Shane says that, because of his special teams, he has a good chance to make the team. And I agree with that 100%. But if you say Deuce is gonna make it, okay, then to me that's 4 automatics. I mean, how many running backs do you carry on your roster on a Sunday afternoon or a Thursday or a Monday night game? You don't carry 5 running backs. You don't. So again, once you look at that, if you are 1,000% sure, Tyrone, about Deuce making the team, I'm 1,000% on Ezekiel Elliott, Rico, and Hunter Lemke making the team. And if you want to add Deuce to that, that's 4 running backs. There really ain't too much room for another running back. You said they carried 5 last year. Exactly, but I'm talking about dressing. Deuce barely dressed last year. And you're right, they did carry 5. Yeah, I agree, Shane. And that's another area that we're going to talk about before long because the Cowboys should have one of the most dangerous special team units in the whole league. If they do what Shane just said right there. Putting Deuce and Turpin back there together, that's dangerous. So, you know what I'm saying? So, that's why I say, when you look at Royce, when you look at Pete and Snoop and Malik Davis, that it's going to be hard. And see, they will get the chances too, preseason, because Ezekiel is not going to play in preseason. Rico, as much as he get nicked up too easy, and that go for Zeke too, they're not going to play in the preseason. I would think that Lemke would not get a lot of time, but I wouldn't be surprised if he played just a little in preseason. But I don't think he will get a lot of time either. And I do believe Deuce Vaughn is going to play a lot in the preseason. And Snoop and Pete and Royce Freeman, I believe those would be the 4 running backs that you definitely will see this entire preseason. So they got 4 games, the way I look at it, to impress and try to make the team. In other words, Tyrone, I think you just said it best. Those guys I just named, they're really competing for the last running back spot on the team. So, do I think he get a fair chance? It just all depends on what you call a fair chance. I don't know what the standard is. Are you saying he's going to make the 53-man roster? Or are you saying he's going to get his hands on the ball in the preseason? Or are you saying, will he just make a practice squad? I think he might be able to make a practice squad. I think he is going to get a lot of playing time in the preseason. But as far as the 53-man roster goes, yeah. Hey, King, what's up? The King is in the building. King K Zane, what's up? Well, you gotta remember this, Tyrone. Let's think. And then you're right that you can't coach speed, but we still having a hard time trying to figure out how to get Cavante Turpin the ball. Think about that. And he got it. He's faster than he's fastest guy on the team just about. So just because you got speed, they can't find a way to get it. Turpin in the game. You see what I'm saying? So, we got the speed. Brandon Cooks finally at the tail end of the season, finally started getting the ball. It took him a whole 3/4 of a season before we made him as effective as he was. So, yeah, you can't coach speed, but they can't even get the ball right. Turpin could have been a factor all year with his speed. You know how he is in open space. Screen pass. I mean, he was scoring. So, it is what it is. So I'm still saying the same thing that, and I agree with you. We need I think I said that the last show. I think we need a lightning guy. It seems as the way it's built right now between Zeke, between Rico, even though Rico has some speed on him. But between Zeke, Rico, Royce Freeman, and Lemke, you got a whole lot of thunder in the running back room. And you got to say, okay, where's the lightning? So, Deuce obviously fits in that, the lightning part. Pete with his speed. And I would even throw in a little bit of Rico. Rico is pretty fast. He's both. You see what I'm saying? He's both. So, it is what it is. So I'm just saying, yeah, it would be good, but what you're asking for is for Deuce and Pete. Why I ain't saying you're asking for it, but to make that effective, you would essentially have to have them as your second running back, because a third running back don't get the ball in our offense no more than about 1 or 2 times, so that ain't effective. And Deuce and Pete will not be the number 2 running backs. See what I'm saying? So you automatically asking for a third running back, and we just don't run the ball enough, to be honest with you. So you really be talking about this, to be honest with you. We don't, unless there's just a total philosophy change. And then you have to really stick to the running game. We really don't do it enough. I mean, I can see all this happening now. If things go like I think it's gonna go, I think we're gonna be throwing the ball like crazy. Cause I don't see no 100-yard game back. I don't see Zeke getting. I mean, what y'all think? Y'all wanted Zeke. I didn't. Ain't no sense in me lying about it. But since we got him, y'all let's see what y'all think. I really want to go in there with this, but I might as well not. I'm thinking there. Since Zeke is back, and it's obvious as of now, he's going to be the running back number 1. Okay? Now, tell me what y'all think. How many yards, barring injury, let me preface that. Barring injury of Zeke, I ain't worried about carries. I'm talking about the average per game. How many yards do y'all think Zeke is going to get per game? Because he's going to be the running back 1. They ain't brought him here to just ride the bench and embarrass him, and then they see something that most of us don't see. They still think he's the man, and they thinking that, of course, if Zeke get an offensive line there, he's still the same Zeke. That's what it's obvious that's what they're thinking. Tyrone says 80 yards a game. Mm. Mitra says 55 yards a game average. Y'all come on, talk to me real quick. I mean, a lot of y'all happy that he back. So let's see. Terry says he's still a 2.9 yards a carry guy. Wow. Shane says 55 yards a game. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Tyrone saying he getting 17 carries, 80 yards a game. Okay. Nobody's wrong here because it's just an opinion. Ain't nobody right or wrong. So, and then of course we got to see it as far as how the philosophy, if it's changed. Terry says 56 yards a game. Anybody else before I throw mine in real quick? And for those that may just be looking, chime in real quick. How many yards do you see or average a game, barring injury, that you think Ezekiel Elliott is going to have? Mostly everybody in here is pretty much in that 55 range, 50 to 55 range. Tyrone said 56 yards, he will be at 1,000 yards player. But that's what he was last time he was here, Tyrone. Well, he didn't have 1,000 yards. He had 12 touchdowns, though. Inside the 5-yard line, he was money. Exactly. Shane says 55 because of, hey, Miss Jenna, I see you. Appreciate you popping in on me. Thank you so much. Gwen says 60. Bruce said 50. I believe this is the comment right here. And since we there, I got another question. I believe this is the real answer. Let me get back to it. Let me get to it. Appreciate you, Miss Jenna. Here's the thing. See, this is the way you got to look at it. If since we know now that it's gonna be by committee, because I don't think they really believe Zeke can carry the load like that, which you'd be crazy at this point to think that he could. So if you look at Zeke, I mean, he was barely getting the ball with Tony Pollard here a couple years ago, no more than about 14 to 16 times a game, because they had to get the ball in Pollard's hand. So I don't see him getting a heavy load, so I don't think exactly, Gwen. Exactly. There it is. I'm gonna get back to that. There's the question. See, if you really believe they're gonna run, then we can talk. I'm one that don't believe they're gonna run the ball. I believe they're gonna be pass happy again. But let's go back to Shane's comment real quick. Let's go back to Shane's comment, which is this. If I can get it up real quick. Right there. So Shane is what I'm thinking. Shane says he said 55 because the committee had running back, which I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Okay. If he averages 50 yards a game over 17 game series, he'll get his 1,000 yards. Now, we figured Zeke will have a couple games where he probably will pass, well past 50 yards, maybe 75 yards, somewhere in there. He's not going to average 100 yards a game. That ain't going to happen. He's not going to get the ball enough, number one, unless he just break out and break some long ones, like he Barry Sanders or somebody. And that ain't Zeke no more. So here it is. If you're saying, let's assume that Rico Dowdle is our number 2 running back. All right. You're saying Zeke is right in between, mostly everybody here says 50 to 60 yards. How much do you think Rico is going to average, barring injury, of course? Let me know that, because then that will answer a few questions that I got. How many yards do y'all think Rico will average a game? Because if y'all saying Zeke is getting the ball 15 times, then how many carries, I guess, well, that's another whole question, but how many yards do you think Rico will have per game? Tyrone says 45 yards. King says 45 yards. That means so far Tyrone and King are saying then between both of them, that's 100 yards a game. All right, King and Tyrone are the only ones that answered. What do y'all got? Okay, Metrius, I see you. Metrius says between 42 and 45. Joe says 60. Shane says Rico averages about 40 per game. So mostly everybody here, based off the answers, are saying then that the Cowboys will average about 100 yards or a little over 100 yards a game running the ball next year. Terry said Rico taking the number one spot and doing 76. Yeah, I wish, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, they gotta remember now. Remember one of the things I've always said about the loyalty. They're gonna be loyal to Zeke. You know that. But that ain't gonna happen unless Zeke gets hurt, of course. Rico will have 765 yards and 7 touchdowns. Career highs, Tyrone said. From the number one spot, Tyrone? Because if you saying he get there from a number 2, shoot, he might be a Pro Bowl player. Old type of numbers. That ain't counting catching out the backfield, which Rico can do. Jesus, if you saying at number 2, so what you got is Zeke at? What you got Zeke at? Man, that's a lot of yards for a number 2 running back. That's a lot of production. 765 yards and 7 touchdowns. Trust me, I hope that's the way it is. You must got Zeke at about 1,100 yards and at least 6, 7, 8 touchdowns. Ooh-wee. I hope you're right. I know you're typing, but I can just tell by the way you said that you must got Zeke at 11. My God, you must got Zeke at 11 to 1,200 yards. Got to. No, you said 765, so that's total for the year. And you saying that if you got him that high, you got to have Zeke. What's up, Scott? I see you, brother. What's up? King says Rico will get about 400 yards this season. That's kind of what I was thinking, but so really, if the Cowboys are I'm going big picture now. If it's what y'all saying it is, okay, there it is. I knew it. I'm a little bit too low. Tyrone says 1,020 yards, 12 touchdowns because it's contract Zeke. So you thinking that he gonna stay healthy, and you think he gonna get over 1,000 yards? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think Zeke is gonna get. I don't think nobody getting no 1,000 yards because we just don't run it. I don't believe in Mike, Coach McCarthy, when it comes to the running game. I just don't see it. I believe that there might be a variation, of power running, but I just see Dak Prescott dialing it up 35 times a game. Not really, Tyrone. We really didn't run it last year. I think Pollard got his 1,000 yards at the very tail end of the season. The play calling to me was horrible. Pollard up the middle. That it was just horrible. Zeke can't carry back to 2016 Tyrone Coleman. You know better than that. He's not that guy anymore. He's not. He's a grinded out guy, but he's still effective. You just got to have everything to go pretty good for him, which leads now to the offensive line. The offensive line according to what we heard this week, I'm quite sure most of you have kept up with the Cowboys, all the press conferences and all the rookies talking, in particular Tyler Guyton and Mr. BB. Quite sure y'all heard all of that, but if you didn't, I'll give a small summary. Guyton, we learned something from his interview, something that you didn't hear before, something that we knew, but you didn't hear it, and then you heard it from him. He said that teams told him during the draft process that he needs to get ready from the left tackle position. So he knew coming into the draft that he was not going to get drafted as a right tackle. That's what he said. Tyler Guyton said that the teams told him you need to come ready. You're going to be switched to a left tackle coming into the league. So that's why you've heard he's been practicing with, I forgot your man's name, Duke. I forgot his last name, who's right there. Tyler Guyton got rented a Airbnb, I'm sorry, and got is already working with an offensive lineman, guru type, specialist type guy, and learning and working hard, and ready to go. He's ready to go. He's serious about being the left tackle for the Cowboys day one, starting. That's it. Don Manyweather, that's his name. Thank you, Terry. He's serious about it. He's been here. He's getting ready. And you know, can't blame the young kid. I believe they didn't draft a first round guy for him to be riding no bench. Talking about the week 6 and all that. No. Or got him as a swing tackle. No. I believe he will be our left tackle starting day one. And like I said before, he can work with whoever he wants to, Manyweather or whoever. But he's going to get his work done in practice, because he can get trained up real quick, as I said before, by simply who he will be going against in practice. Sam Williams, he can go against DeMarcus Lawrence. He can go against Needland, the rookie defensive lineman. I mean, and we got, he can go against Parsons. He can go against, oh my God, he can go against the kid from Notre Dame because he blitzes off the edge as well. He can get baptized real quick. And we can find out how really good he is real quick, just in practice. So I love his confidence already. I love how he's sounding, and he's working. You can tell he's serious because he's been in Dallas for a while, and he loves being a Cowboy. It was his favorite team growing up. If y'all saw how his father acted when he got drafted, these kids, this kid is a lover for real of the Cowboys, and he said that he's already talked to Dak before, and so the bonding part is getting there. Now they ain't got nothing to do with on the field, but you can kind of tell that he's serious about it. I was glad to hear about that because I believe he's gonna have to be ready to go right from the beginning. The same thing could be said about Mr. BB. What we learned from his interview was that just like Guyton, they told him that he was going to be a center in the league. And that's it was not just the Cowboys, it was everybody. From what at least that's what he was saying. That he was going to be a center, not a guard, a center in the league. And so he has been working, if you listen to his interview, he said that wherever he get a chance, if it's in the hotel room, whoever's receiving the ball, he just working strictly on center. Matter of fact, and then he said him and Guyton got together and started working together, and he's making sure that he knows the calls. He said Guyton quizzed him on some things, and BB, quizzed Guyton, and they just doing what they can, trying to get ready immediately. They asked him the question, did he talk to Dak yet? He said he has not spoken to Dak. He has not said anything to Dak at all, which I thought was a little strange within itself, because I thought Dak would talk, at least reach out to him. But he has gotten interaction from Zach Martin. And for that, that's big for a kid like him, because it's like your idol called you. And what possibly could be happening. This kid could very well be our starting center, and he'll be lining up right beside Zach Martin. So to get a call from him and to pick his brain, that's big for a rookie coming in, when you're getting advice and tips and conversation from, no doubt, a first ballot Hall of Famer. And that's just like a basketball player getting a phone call from Michael Jordan. I mean, it don't get no better. So I like what BB is saying. BB has also said he like to put guys in the dirt. Tyler Guyton says he likes to get physical. So when you listen to it, but they've been saying this since the draft prospect. And I'm saying all that to say this. That's the only way they know how to play. When you look at the film of BB and Guyton, once you look at them, there's not a lot of finesse. It's nasty, especially in BB's case. It's really nasty. BB is a guy, when you look at his tape, BB will put you in the ground. And since he's played, and here's the part y'all got to remember about BB's resume when he came in. Don't forget this part. This is major. BB has played all 5 positions on the offensive line. So that means, he's a big, stocky looking dude, but his feet got to be incredibly quick in order to be talking about playing left tackle and right tackle, right? If you playing all 5, you just ain't one of the big slothful, pancake eating, waffle drinking, you don't eat a fish, you eat a whale. You can move pretty good if you can play all 5 positions now. BB has done that. So this kid is, he got a little something going that a lot of guys don't have. Usually a center can play only guard if he had to play another position. Some tackles, of course, can play from the guard position, but they can't play no center. This dude done played all 5. That's huge. And so a lot of y'all believe, and I'll throw this in before I say this, Brock Hoffman is helping BB as well. And that's significant because there's going to be competition between those two to see who the starter will be as far as center. Now, a lot of y'all already got BB penciled in as the center, but I'm not, and I'm not quite sold on it, because see, I heard all season long how the Cowboys love Brock Hoffman. That's so I don't know. I'm not just sold on. I would love to see BB there, but But remember, this ain't Kansas State no more. You understand? I saw what he did. I saw what BB did, knocking people in the next week and put him on the ground. But that was at Kansas State. I can't judge him off that. Now there's which leads to another question. It leads to another question. If there is a battle for center between Hoffman and BB, then shouldn't both of them be playing in the preseason? I'm kind of wondering that, because number one, if you battling for center, you need to be on the field to make calls and switches and all that type of stuff. You ain't gonna get that in practice, not too often. Then number two, you can't. It ain't no full speed, because guys in shorts, and they might be having shoulder pads and helmets, but they're in shorts. So I'm not sure if BB. I'm not sure if they will keep BB on the sideline during preseason. I believe in order to find out who the main really is, you're gonna have to let them play in preseason. That's just me. I don't know if at least for that spot, I believe you're gonna have to do it. I see Shane here. Let me tell you this, y'all. Not just doing this because I see it. Shane asking the question. Listen, if you want to for sure get your question in, and I'm not saying it just do it, but you can, oh my God, what's the super chat on YouTube. And once you do that, I'll see it. And as I always have said, I'll stop when I'm doing. I just so happened to look and I saw Shane's question, so I'm honored. Shane said, Bishop, let me ask you this. Do you think the situation Dak is in knowing that he is probably his last year in Dallas, do you think he will ball out or just not show up without a contract extension? I could see him not playing and holding out. There's a lot of meat on that bone, Shane. So let me start it off again. Do you think the situation Dak is in, knowing this is probably his last year in Dallas? I don't think it's his last year, Shane. I believe it's going to happen just like most of us thought it would happen. He's going to sign before week 1 with a contract extension. I've listened to Jerry and I've listened to Steven, and everybody's saying that. So I believe it's going to happen. Cowboys are dumb, but they ain't that dumb. I believe he's going to sign. I don't think this will be his last year in Dallas. I think he's going to sign and let the chips fall with him out of that. Your next question was, do you think he will ball out or just not show up without a contract extension? Well, he showed up so far. He didn't have to come for voluntary workouts. He's been there. He was there every day. If he was going to hold out, he should have started right then. But he was there every day. So that's just the character of that. I don't think he's not. They're not bringing his friend back with Ziggy Elliott for him to be holding out. He's gonna play it out. Dak loves football. See, everybody know that. You may not like him, but you can't deny the fact that he loves football. So he's not gonna do all that. All right. Everybody hit the like button for me if you don't mind. Everybody hit that like button for me. If you don't mind, hit that like button for me. If you're on YouTube, hit that heart button for me. If you don't mind. Hit it for me. I had somebody on Instagram, but they gone. What's up, Sid? I see you. You can say I can see him not playing and holding out. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I just don't think it. But like I said, this is just my opinion. You got a right to feel the way you feel about that. But I just think Dak Prescott. See, I'm gonna have to have a rehab session for at least about 3 shows in a row for all my Dallas Cowboy Dak hating fans, because y'all gonna be so mad when he signs a contract and then he's getting paid $50 million plus, y'all gonna be so mad. And I'm gonna have, I mean, it's gonna take a lot of consoling because, y'all gonna be hot. I'm telling y'all. Y'all gonna be hot. Y'all gonna be hot. Cause it's some of us said now, y'all, it's gonna happen. We said it. We said it now. I told y'all that quarterbacks don't grow on trees. Y'all, a lot of y'all acting like Dak is the 32nd worst quarterback in the league, and y'all know that's not the case. And y'all gonna be sick. Y'all gonna be sick. Y'all still gonna be Cowboy. A lot of y'all gonna turn in y'all Cowboy card. Matter of fact, y'all already got y'all second team already lined up. Y'all already know who y'all get ready to roll with. And I'm telling y'all might well look. I know you gonna start buying Cowboy stuff. Y'all might as well start going ordering y'all stuff now. What's this? I said, I saw Eastside in before. I don't even see Eastside just asking questions just because of any negativity that he perceived it to be. And for that, since I saw it earlier from Tyrone, because Tyrone answered that earlier. So this really is for you, Tyrone. But since Eastside put it up there, I put it up there. He asking for different reasons though. I won't even recognize, him. And he still ain't found a Houston, Texas podcast yet. He just love jumping on Cowboy stuff. So let's roll with this. But I'm gonna come back to that because y'all gonna be sick. Ooh, y'all gonna be sick. Ooh, y'all gonna be mad. Man, y'all gonna be mad. Y'all gonna be mad, man. All right. Yeah, Kermit, they talk like Dak. They talk like Dak is at the bottom third of quarterback play. This dude was just a runner up to the MVP award. Good Lord. I mean, come on now. So it is they're gonna be sick. They're gonna be sick. And I'm gonna be right here to console them, but I'm gonna at the same time say I told y'all what was gonna happen now. It's not like I didn't tell you. I told you the Cowboys gonna sign Dak to about another 3, 4, 5 year contract. It's gonna happen. He's gonna get paid. It's going to happen. I'm just saying. Terry, who's a diehard Cowboy fan, but he don't like Dak Prescott, not as a person, but he don't like him as a quarterback. He say Prescott is a mid card. Now, if you're in a wrestling fan or oldie wrestling fan, you ain't gonna recognize these names. He says he's Nature Boy, Buddy Landale, Tully Blanchard type dude. Y'all see, well, Tully was main event type guy, Terry. Buddy Landale was a mid-card guy, but that's another whole thing. But people don't want to recognize what Dak did last year because if they did, they had to give him credit. See, they don't want to do that. They don't want to give Dak credit. They want to skip over what he did and just go straight to the Green Bay game. That's all they want to do. They don't want to give him. They don't want to give him no credit to how dominant he was last year. He really should have been the MVP when you look at Lamar's numbers compared to Dak's. It's not even a comparison. It's just that the Baltimore won a few more games. I mean, the Cowboys won 12 games. Baltimore won 13, I believe. It's not even close, the numbers. It's not. Dak led the league in touchdowns. He had far more passing yards than he had a higher QBR rating than Lamar. Lamar, of course, ran the ball more than Dak did. Of course, he's going to lead them in rushing. But passing, it wasn't even close. He didn't lead the league in touchdowns. I mean, but that's another story. They don't want to give him credit. But y'all going to be sick when it happens now. All right, let me get to the question that Eastside put up and Tyrone asked earlier, which really is no news. Say what happened to Zay Jones? Dallas can't even get subpar players now. Nobody wants to play in the zoo of Dallas. Now, guys, when first of all, y'all acting like, you're acting like you don't know the business. First of all, when you got guys who are free agents that didn't get picked up in the free agency period, you should already know that those guys are gonna go to the highest bidder. They don't care nothing about winning. They don't care nothing about, advancing. And for Zay Jones to pick the Arizona Cardinals or the Dallas Cowboys tells me one thing and one thing only. Two things, actually. Number one, how much did they offer him? And then number two, depending on who the team was, that tells me you really ain't trying to win, because there's no way in the world that Zay Jones thinks he got a better chance of winning with the Arizona Cardinals than he does with the Dallas Cowboys. So then you got to go to the first thing. How much did they pay him? $4.25 million for Zay Jones? Like Zay Jones is a dominant receiver or something like that. I don't blame the Cowboys. They shouldn't have got them. They weren't going to get no bid in the war for Zay Jones, a guy that can't stay on the field, a name that never reaches the status that his name usually brings. Zay ain't done nothing in the league. He ain't do nothing in Jacksonville. He ain't do nothing. What'd he do? He ain't done nothing in Jacksonville, but stay hurt. That's all he does. He stays hurt. He's a talent. I give him credit. Cowboys, he say they offered him $3 million. Well, guess what? We ain't offering him $4 million. We're not offering him $4 million. You go with the highest bidder at that point. Okay? It's just that simple. I can't blame Zay. I can't blame him. If it's common sense. You're at the latter part of your career, on the downside of your career. It's obvious that your body stays hurt, and you got a chance to make $4 million, and this team is offering you 3, and this team is offering you 2. Which one you gonna take? Zay Jones don't care nothing about winning. He going to the Cardinals. He ain't gonna win nothing in Arizona. He not gonna win anything in Arizona. He going to get the bag. I ain't got no problem with it. Some guys play for the bag. Some guys want to win. Zay Jones don't want to win. Zay Jones want to get paid for his services, and he got it. God bless him. So who said the Cowboys just brought him in for a workout? Y'all saying the Cowboys wanted him. If the Cowboys wanted him, they would have gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. They wouldn't even let him out the door. Cowboys let him walk out the door and say he got another workout with Tennessee. He got a better chance of winning with Tennessee than he did with the Arizona Cardinals. I wonder how much the Titans offered him, if they offered him anything. Zay Jones don't want to win. So who cares that he left? See, it's common sense. Now, Tyrone, that was for you. I ain't studying nothing the Eastside Herald saying. Nothing. So I ain't recognizing him. The only reason I put that up because you said go with Eastside. So I'll do that. We ain't, yeah, he gone. I'm not even listening to Eastside. Period. Exactly. So I mean, y'all, Zay Jones is just a more recognizable name, but the production ain't there. The production ain't there. I wasn't excited when they said they brought him in. I let my brothers and sisters Cowboy fans, I let y'all have it. I wasn't excited because usually when these names that come in, y'all know the history. Y'all know the Cowboys don't usually sign nobody. Y'all know that. We in bargain shopping bin right now. We see the bargain. We at the flea market right now shopping. See, Zay Jones Zay Jones is in the middle of the Rolls Royces and the flea market. See, Zay Jones is a Honda Accord, real good car, get you where you need to be, and got some real good stuff on the road, but it's not. Folks don't be going out saying, "Whoa, my God, I got to go buy me a Nissan Altima, or a Honda Accord. I got to go do that." No, they say I'm gonna go get me a Rolls Royce. See, Zay Jones ain't no flea market type guy. I'll give you that. Zay Jones is not that. But it ain't like he on the showroom floor. He in that next room behind the showroom floor. The used cars. They still, one of them used cars, a 2023, or excuse me, a 2023 car, and then you go look at how many miles put on it. Okay, it's 2023, ain't got but 6,000 miles on it. You say, oh, yeah, that's it. Oh my God, yeah, we can get that. That's a practically a brand new car. It's practically a brand new car. It's only got 6,000 miles on it. So we're going to go with that. Yeah, come on now. I never was impressed with Zay Jones. He's just a name that most people recognize. But the production has never been there for Zay Jones. Not for me. And then again, I really can't really speak to that. Guess why? Because I ain't no Jacksonville Jaguar fan. I don't watch the game. The only Jacksonville Jaguar game that I watched was when we played them a couple years ago, when we lost that game. That's the only time I watched them. I don't know nothing about Trevor Lawrence. I know about Calvin Ridley, but I had to know about Calvin Ridley because he was on my fantasy team. You see what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about Jacksonville. So I don't know anything really about Zay Jones other than he's always hurt. That's it. So I wasn't messed up about talking about he didn't sign with Dallas. I wouldn't sign with Dallas either. Somebody offered me $4 million and everybody else offered me $2 million. I mean, please, this is easy. It's an easy fix. I don't care nothing about especially if you don't care nothing about winning. He could have signed with Tennessee if he wanted to win. Tennessee got a nice little squad over there. I ain't saying they're going to win, but they certainly got a better chance to win more than Arizona. I don't care because Kyler Murray coming back. Arizona's just not a good football team. They're not. So I ain't worried about Zay Jones. The Cowboys, if you listen to the interviews, you kind of heard how they're steadily praising Tolbert. See what I'm saying? So, the handwriting kind of already on the wall with the receiver, at least our top, our top three receivers, as far as I'm concerned, it's already set in stone to me. Unless somebody get hurt, of course. We all know who number one wide receiver is. It's CD. Cooks is 2. And I think Tolbert is right now number 3. I know some of y'all gonna say Jalen Brooks is ready, and then whoever else y'all might come up with, the kid that we just drafted and all that. I think the top 3 spots are already set up. So even if Zay Jones came here, I don't think he was going to top off Jalen Tolbert. So that automatically means he would come in battling for the 4th receiver position. I don't see. See, y'all got fooled because they let go of Martavius Bryant, and y'all thought they're clearing the way for Zay Jones. They fooled y'all, didn't they? They got you, didn't they? Boy, y'all already counted. I saw all the chats. I saw them because my phone was going off. They let go of Martavius Bryant. Oh my God, Zay Jones getting ready to sign. They had to clear the way for him. Fooled y'all, didn't they? Y'all got fooled. I knew it wasn't the case anyway. They let go of Martavius Bryant because Martavius Bryant can't play. How about that? Y'all want the truth? So y'all got excited about that name last year. Martavius Bryant. Oh, he's tall. Oh, he's good. But y'all forgot he ain't played in 3 or 4 years. You lose it. You lose it. You can't just come back on the field and be the guy that you was in Pittsburgh. No, you ain't played. You ain't played. That's the reason why he left. He didn't hit the field last year. He didn't dress last year. He had plenty of time to learn the offense. Couldn't even get to the field. Period. Whoever our wide receivers were, whoever the last guy on the depth chart of our wide receiver position was, and I don't know who that was. Was that? Let me see. Was it Tolbert? It probably was Turpin. Turpin may have been the last wide receiver on the roster, as far as on the depth chart. I may be wrong, but he might be. Or Martavis Bryant couldn't even get past the last guy. So, I mean, for him to get cut already, that's telling you the Cowboys at least don't think he can play. But y'all got fooled. Y'all thought it was Zay Jones' time. He got y'all sick again. Then y'all got mad. Y'all sound like Eastside. Y'all sound like Eastside here. Man, y'all can't sign Zay Jones. No. Because Zay Jones ain't, they believe in Tolbert. That's why. They believe in Jalen Brooks. That's why. Okay, Jalen Brooks was last on the depth chart. Martavis Bryant couldn't get past Jalen Brooks. See what I'm saying? Y'all had Zay Jones penciled in as a number 2 wide receiver. That's how bad y'all were. Y'all just totally disrespect Brandon Cooks. I mean, y'all had Cowboy fans. Y'all see a name and y'all go just woo, 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 and then you get mad when they don't sign. When the Cowboys wasn't even thinking about it. They thought about it. Good addition to the team. You make the wide receiver room just a little bit better. But who's he better than? Seriously, who is he? He ain't better than Turpin. He ain't better than Turpin. Zay Jones ain't better than Turpin. No. If anybody needs some more chances, it's Devontae Turpin. Blow the top off of defense, incredible in space, quick as a cat, can blow the top off, can catch the ball in traffic. He needs more. You talking about Deuce Vaughn need more chances. Devontae Turpin needs more chances. Turpin can line up in the backfield. Turpin can line up in the wide receiver position. Turpin can line up, of course, on special teams. Turpin can do punt return, kickoff return. You need to get the ball in the hands of guys that can make plays. Devontae Turpin is one of those dudes. It sure ain't Zay Jones. So I wasn't messed up about Zay Jones. I don't think he. I'm glad we didn't sign him. I'm glad. I'm very happy about it. I've been away. See, if you're gonna sign a guy that supposedly got a name, he at least got to get on the field. This dude wasn't gonna get on the field. He wasn't gonna get on no field. And the real truth be told, y'all, watch this. Watch. Our third receiver, it ain't Tolbert. It's Jake Ferguson. All right, now if you really want to get tactical with it, I know what Jake play. I know he's the tight end, but he gets third wide receiver targets. Jake Ferguson was a Pro Bowl tight end last year. You really think Zay Jones gonna come in and get some of Jake Ferguson targets? Stop it. Stop getting so excited. Stop. Exactly, William. What's up, my brother in there? Exactly. Here's the key. And if the Cowboys are gonna waste $3 million on him, since I think that's what Tyrone said, they offered him $3 million, whatever. Look, that'd been a waste of $3 million because I believe exactly what William just said right there. Too many injuries. That's his track record. Shoot, we already got Ezekiel Elliott back. We got Rico in there. We can't afford too many injuries. Good God. Zach Martin get hurt every year. We finally got, Tyron Smith is finally gone. I mean, look, we can't afford too many guys that just got names that's gonna stay injured. We can't afford it if we gonna be effective. Y'all are happy about Zeke coming back, but y'all want to dismiss the fact that Zeke gets nicked up every year. I ain't talking about for no quarter. I'm talking about for 3-4 games. He ain't the same because he gonna play on the injury. Y'all forgot about that. See, I ain't forgot. The Cowboys wouldn't sit Zeke down, had him play him on that bad knee, and he just was not the same. But what did they do? Line him up the very next week, knowing good and well the man needed rest. He'll get hit on the knee. He'll do this to Tony Pollard. Come on in. Wouldn't even come back to another whole half almost. Because the man was hurt. Zeke getting nicked up every year. He was nicked up in New England. He was nicked up 2 years with Dallas before he got to New England. And now he coming back and say, once again, here we go. Y'all done got fooled again. Because Zeke love to do that video. Him running through the trash cans, grunting and hollering and screaming and twisting against air. And y'all go crazy like, man, Zeke look quick. Oh my God, look at the shiftiness. Look at him. Yeah, but y'all forgot trash cans don't move. What was all that in New England? Do y'all see Zeke do all that stuff, all that hollering and jump stopping and all that? Do y'all see him do that in the game? Or do y'all see them same 2.9 yards per carry? See, the time to shift and move and jump from side to side, I ain't seen it. See, y'all got fooled. Man, Zeke looks slim. Oh my God, Zeke look incredible. Y'all saw the video, right? He do it every year. He get to the training, he gets the ball, he hop steps from one trash can to another real quick. Do all that grunting and hollering like he Rocky Balboa and just jumping all around, going crazy, sprinting, look fast, all that kind of stuff. Almost look like he did at Ohio State. And he does that. Look how quick. Soon as he get the ball, he start hopping quick. One side to the other. And I'm like, dude, where was all this when you got the ball and ran it up the middle and you just fell down out of 1.9 yards? What was all that? What was all that shiftiness? Look like you doing an electric slide with it. Front, step, side to side. But y'all got fooled. Y'all got fooled. Y'all got excited, man. Woo! Look at Zeke get through them trash cans. Woo-wee! Woo! Look at Zeke. Oh my God! Look at Zeke. Y'all forgot them trash cans don't tackle though. Y'all see, y'all forgot that them trash cans don't move. They stay right there. Zeke doing all this spinning like he Barry Sanders. Stop on the dime, twist around, sprint on out of there. Just going crazy, hollering. Everybody out there hollering with him. And I'm still saying, let me get this game film out. Let me look at this. Cause maybe, cause I saw him do it with Dallas. I said, well, maybe he had a different response in New England. Let me see. Let me see, did he do all this in New England? Let me see this. I looked at some of New England game and it was the same run up the middle between the center and guard for 1.9 yards. That's all I saw. I saw it. And I'm saying, where that hop skip at? That Barry Sanders jump stop. Where all this at? Where is that? Y'all heard it. Y'all didn't hear it. Spin. Look like Madden. Look like he on Madden. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I know some of y'all Zeke fans here. I'm just saying, it's the truth. Hell, if he run like he run through them trash cans, he gonna lead the league in rushing. Oh God. Seriously though. Seriously. Seriously. And William is absolutely right. William is right here. William is right. Zeke is key in pass blocking. Rigo and Malik will have to do the dancing in the trenches. The only problem what I have with your statement, William, is this. Here's what the problem is. They're not going to treat Zeke like that. They're going to treat Zeke like he's Zeke. He's going to be the number one running back. He's going to get majority of the carries as long as he's healthy. He's going to lead the charge. We already know that. So I agree with you that he's an all-around running back. He can do that, but they're going to treat him like he's the number one running back in the league. That's the only problem I got with your statement. Jay Bryan says, up big time, you're not being fair. Zeke was on a terrible team in New England. You're absolutely right, because Matt Jones was not good. I agree with you. And you would stack the box up against him. But then for that purpose, I'm going to go ahead and bring him back to Dallas then. I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about before he left Dallas. I'm sorry. I understand he had 12 touchdowns, but a lot of his touchdowns came from inside the 3-yard line on goal line stuff where the run up the middle did work. It did work because all he had to do was get 1.5 or a yard to get in the end zone, and he can do that. There's a place for him. He had 12 touchdowns. He can run inside the goal line area at a very great pace. No doubt about that. But the majority of the time that we saw Zeke between the 20s, he was averaging dang near right at 2 yards a carry. Because it was always him lining up beside Dak Prescott in a shotgun, running up the middle, and nothing happened. Like a bowling ball just going in. And that wasn't so, and that was on a good team with all pro linemen. He's just not the same. And then just to counteract my point, I would see Pollard run some of the same plays, and he sometimes was squirted out of there. Or sometimes he would get, instead of getting 1 or 2 yards, he may get 3 or 4. So now we're talking about speed. I mean, it's just, see, the Cowboys are famous for looking at a guy who once was and thinking that he still is. They did that with Jalen Smith. They did it with Leighton Vander Esch. They did it with Sean Lee. They did it with Jason Witten. They even did it with Dez Bryant. Instead of looking at it like it really is, you still want to hang on to hope that they can turn back the hands of time and be something that they're not. And that's the way that I see Ezekiel Elliott. Am I wrong? Time will tell. I hope that I am wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Zeke still got some gas left in the tank, and maybe it's kind of like what Jay Bryan said. Maybe it's, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the things is, because see, it's more than Zeke. Tyler Biadasz could not move people. And they always ran up the middle. So Tyler Biadasz couldn't move people. That's just the truth. That's the reason why he's gone today. All right. Tyler Smith was a rookie, but he could move people, but they rarely ran it to the left side. Once you look at the film, you'll see that a lot of this stuff was always trying to go towards Zach Martin way. They didn't run to Tyler Smith or 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 Tyron Smith. They rarely ran to the left side. They really tried to run it to the right. So now you got, and then keep in mind, Zach Martin was getting a little nicked up back then too. I'm talking about as far as when Zeke was here. Martin missed a few games. Then Tyler Biadasz, if I'm not mistaken, was a rookie, if I'm not mistaken, or at least 1 year in, and he never been known as a mauler against some. So maybe that is part of the reason why Zeke was getting the 1.9 or 2 yards per pop. So the way I'm looking at it is, if the line is what I want it to be, and that is Terrence Steele at right tackle, Zach Martin at right guard, BB at center, Tyler Smith at left guard, and Guyton at left tackle. All right. We all seen the tape on BB. BB not only moved people, he destroys them. At least that's what he did to Kansas State. He destroys people. So the way I'm looking at it, even if they ran the same miss, which it seems like they are because that's what Tony Pollard did, run up the middle. If they are able to move people, I could actually see Zeke moving that 2.9 up to dang near close to a 3 or 4. Well, I know it'd be over 3. I can see Zeke getting almost 4 yards a carry. And if that is the case, then, ladies and gentlemen, we have a running game. I can see that. Because Zach Martin is going to be Zach Martin as long as he's healthy. Sometimes it is just one move. Biadasz couldn't move nobody. BB can. And I know I ain't seen it yet. I just believe it. I done seen too much film on BB now. That stuff translates. I can see that. I can see him moving people. So if they do what they did, I believe Zeke, even if he bowling ball his way, he'll bowling ball his way at least a 3.5, 4. See, the way it went when he was last here, y'all don't know why y'all quiet, because y'all know I'm telling the truth. Zeke he'll get the ball on first down, and it'll be 2nd and 9 or 2nd and 8. They'll give it to him again on 2nd and 8. It'll be 3rd and 8. 3rd and 7. Which made Dak Prescott have to line up the shotgun primarily the whole game. Because there wasn't no running game. Or consistent running game. Tony Pollard got 1,000 yards last year, but we know it really was no threat of a running game last year. That's why I have a problem with people saying Dak ain't this, Dak ain't that. Dak Prescott carried this team last year. He carried it. It wasn't a running game. It wasn't the offensive line that carried this team. It wasn't Tony Pollard that carried the team. It wasn't Rico Dow. Somebody gonna say, well, it was C.D. Lamb. Who threw the ball to C.D. Lamb? Who threw it to him? See what I'm saying? No. Y'all don't want to get Dak the credit, but it wasn't the defense that carried the team. They tailed off the last month and a half. It wasn't the defense. It wasn't the defense that carried this team. It was Dak Prescott. Yeah, it just ain't no doubt about that. Dak Prescott carried this team to a 12-5 record. He did it. It wasn't Tony Pollard. It wasn't the offensive line. We were playing makeshift offensive line the whole year last year. Everybody was hurt. Tyron Smith was hurt. Tyler Smith missed a couple games last year. Zach Martin missed games last year. I think Biadasz missed some games last year. Terrence Steele won himself. You see what I'm saying? Terrence Steele won himself. He's still recovering from the knee injury. So it wasn't the offensive line that did it. It was Dak Prescott. I know y'all don't want to give him the credit, but y'all know it's the truth. Dak Prescott carried this team last year without a running game. And that's why I just don't believe in Coach McCarthy and all this, even though the draft kind of tells you that we're trying to really power it up this year with a power running game. You can tell that by getting Guyton first round, BB, second round. Third round. I'm sorry, BB. You can just tell that, and probably if they're gonna start, you can tell what they're trying to do. They're gonna try to maul people. If that happens, we'll be way better than what I'm thinking, because that will automatically take the ball out of Dak's hand. See, I'm still saying the same thing. Even though he was the MVP runner-up, even though he was second team All-Pro, even though he was that, I still don't want Dak Prescott throwing the ball 35 times plus a game. I don't want it. I don't want it. Because that's just not him. It's just not his game. It's not his game. Not that he can't do it. It's just really not his game. He's not a guy that you say line up in shotgun and carries all the way. It's just not. It's not his game. Can he do it? Yes, he can. But that ain't what you want. You want it to be a balanced team, because that's when he's more effective. We done seen it. That's the book on Dak. What's up? Wow, my brother here. What's up? What's up, HTM? I mean, that can Dak do it? Yes. We done seen him light it up. We've seen Dak throw 400 yards plus. We've seen him throw it 40 times a game, 45 times a game. But that ain't what you want with Dak. You want that out of Burrow. You want that out of Josh Allen. You want Mahomes like that. They purposely want to get in shotgun all day. You don't want to do that with Dak. You want to be balanced as possible with Dak, because Dak is more potent when the offense is more balanced. Dak's greatest attribute is the play action game. He can do that. And Dak can do it. If you want him to throw a 35, he can do it. We done seen it. You don't want it, but he can. If you force him like that, he can. I don't want it. My brother HTM is in the building. He's came back to us, man. He was gone down for a minute or so with his sickness that he had. It's just good to see my brother back. Just in case y'all don't know about him, I know everybody knows. Please, most of y'all, my family, have already subscribed to him anyway. But if you haven't, this is one of the greats in the game, HTM Sports. Henny from the liquor store, as they love to say. This is my guy, my brother, man. Y'all make sure that y'all go catch back up with him if you didn't know he's back. And he's on fire, as he always is. And so, HCM, you already know we need to do it again. So you need to come on my show real quick. I'll come on yours. You know how I go. We brothers, so it don't make no difference. You just got to open the invitation. Soon as you want it, look, just shoot me an inbox or whatever, and just say, shoot me the link. You know what time it is. HCM got an open door policy. There's only a few people that I say that to. HCM and Landlord, West, Boss, all these guys, I got a few more. These guys, Law, these guys got an open door. and my new brother, the Angry Cowboy fan. I don't know if y'all saw my show with him. I love that guy there. He got an open door. The brothers got open doors. So I dang over a whole lot of them. So it is what it is. Just good to see him. So again, Dak, it wasn't a running game. So we got to give Dak his credit that he deserved. I know y'all want to concentrate on Green Bay. I get it. And he did not have a good game against Green Bay. But Dak, he said, you're not even a content creator, son. You're not even a content creator. You're just a content hater. You don't have a show. Your show is trying to jump on everybody else's show and trying to do this. I give you a little shine right here. Talk about where your invites. Never. Get your own show. gonna be kind of hard for you to find Houston, Texas content creators because there ain't many. Now, y'all, you know what, Eastside? Let me help you out. You need Eastside, since we done told you this before. Because see, the whole world jumping on y'all bandwagon. This would be a great time for you to start a Houston, Texas podcast because there will be because a lot of bandwagon, they will eat you up. And you can really do some good stuff if you gonna do your Texas pod. So you can do it now because everybody thinking y'all gonna do stuff. So you really need to consider what I'm saying now. You really do. That's all the help I'm gonna give you. It's up to you now. All right, let's get back because Eastside distracted me there. But for real though, Eastside, you really need to do a Houston Texans podcast right about now. Now is the time because the whole world thinking y'all gonna do some major league damage this year. You really need to do it. Great time to do it while the fire's hot. Y'all can do it right now. You can do it. All right, it's been a while. I'm gonna go on do it now. I'm done. Call in line open. Make sure I got it on first. There it is, 901-654-6853. 901-654-6853. You can call in right now. We can go close the show out with y'all voice. Y'all know this is kind of like our show. And go ahead and I ain't done it in a while because I couldn't really do it because I had a whole lot of stuff that I had to do with other things. But go ahead and call in if you want. If not, I'll keep talking. Don't call yet. Don't call yet. Let me do this. Because I brushed over it. But I'm telling y'all, I want to go back to that. Y'all gonna be sick, man. Y'all gonna be sick. All y'all Dak haters, Cowboy fans / Dak haters. Cowboy fans 100%, but Dak haters 100% too. Y'all gonna be sick. Ooh. We really are going to have a rehab session for for Dak Prescott haters, but you love the Dallas Cowboys. Because y'all going to be sick. A lot of y'all really thinking he ain't going to sign an extension. I'm telling y'all. He's going to get an extension. And it ain't going to be no 1 year extension either. It's going to be a 3 to 4 year extension. He's going to be your Cowboy quarterback for the next couple years. A clue that y'all didn't quite want to see, even though we knew the Cowboys weren't going to do it. They did not pick up Trey Lance's 5th year option. That should have told you something. See, y'all thought they were going to pick it up and say, okay, we pick up that 5th year option. It ain't going to be number $20 million. Y'all thought they were going to pick it up.
Call from
James Godley.
James is in the building.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
My brother James is in the building. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm trying to do the best I can.
Listen, I watched you the other day with Angry Man, because I would watch him too. And I was just glad that you did have him on. You guys were just, old school chopping at the bits. Yeah. So you guys are doing a good job.
Yeah. Talking about angry Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a ball, man. We had a ball, man. I told you he's so funny. I love him, man. I love that dude, man.
Yeah. But I was telling people, I said, in the beginning of the year, after the season was over, people were saying how could Jerry was somebody who was all in or whatever. I said, Jerry just loved to talk because he loved the attention.
Mm-hmm.
I said, he got everybody running all over the place. I think people's already in the making, but you're not Jerry. Jerry always got to be the center of attraction of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I was telling them, I said, they wasn't rebuilding. They was replacing. I said, people talking about, he gonna tear the whole thing after this year. They're gonna tear the whole thing down. I told him, I said, no, I'm telling you what's gonna happen. They're not rebuilding, they are replacing certain players.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry's got something in mind. I said, I've been telling them that. Now, as far as the way people are always talking about the situation with the game, and I've been saying that Green Bay game, I said after that first half, from that 27-7 running at halftime, and there was no adjustment, I even told my wife, I said, Dan Q, I said, he already done quit. Yeah. He already had something going on for next year to start, to go ahead and find another. He might even talk to the people already. Who knows? Mm-hmm. You know, we don't know that. He might have talked to them. But, and I told him, I said, it's crazy, you know, and we was talking about the situation with the actual, the draft, because everybody's looking for, you know, Dallas to pick the running back or something. Now, me personally, I'm like, if you get a good offensive line that can do the job the way it's supposed to be done, I'm not saying get a mediocre running back, but you can get you a good average quarterback. I mean, I'm sorry, running back. I'm sorry about that, a running back, and you get you like a 1-2 punch. You need. Now, I was somewhat surprised that they did hire Zeke back. I'm glad they hired Zeke back because I want Zeke to retire from, you know, in Dallas if this is last year, whatever the case may be. But my question to you is, what do you think how things are going to turn out, you know, as far as the draft pick? I mean, I heard you, you know, you're an angry, you know. So what is your take on that?
As far as what again?
The draft pick, the first four picks.
I think it was
the first, the second, and the 2/3.
I think that it was we filled out some of the holes. When you look at since Tyron left, it was obvious that you were not going to spend major league money on a left tackle. So you figure the draft was rich on left tackles and right tackles. So you knew we were going to draft it, and you probably figured out that we was going to do it in the first round. They may have had another name that they may have wanted, but the tackles were so rich with tackles that, you know, even drafting Guyton, that was a good pick. So I was cool with that. Yeah. Then when we started talking about the second round, I think everybody kind of got thrown off guard with the defensive end in the second round. Yeah. However, the thing that you got to do is now trust two people. The two people that you got to trust is Will McClay, and then you got to trust Mike Zimmer. Now, Mike Zimmer loved the kid, and he obviously, and then when you look at his track record from Minnesota with defensive ends, it's obvious that Mike Zimmer knows what he's doing because he's produced all-pro and Pro Bowl defensive ends. So that's what you got to do with that. Plus, he's a rookie. When it comes to BB in the third round, that was my favorite pick out of the whole draft.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. BB, I let people talk about it.
BB is a killer. I mean, all you got to do is go, I don't know if you ever done it, but pull up Don, pick up BB's highlights and watch it. Well, then you see the boy is just a beast.
He got an attitude.
Oh, he's a dog. I'm talking about Guyton is a dog. Guyton is a dog, physical, mauler type guy. Want to drive you through the ground. That's what both of these guys are. So that's the type of attitude that you need if you are deciding to be a physical running team. That's what you have to do. You got to get those type of guys. And if you've been with me for a while, you know what I always have said about this finesse type dudes. I don't want finesse type dudes. I want guys that want to drive you through the ground. That's what they got. Yeah. Now, they rookies, and we ain't seen them play yet. We just got to see if it matches up. So I like the picks. I like the pick. Even that one in the third round. I like the kid from Notre Dame because he's a dog. I'm talking about he's an aggressive dog. He love to hit people. That's attitude that you need. And I started imagining him with Overshawn in there. They pretty much are sudden type guys, love to hit people.
Right.
I'm talking about like to punch. Yeah. So I like that. And then of course we need a linebacker play. So we filled out two holes at the same time. So I didn't like, the rookies and some of them names you ain't just, first team All-Americans, but they some good football players. It just remained to be seen what they can do because at the same time, they rookies. So we just got to see how the rookies pan out. I done seen plenty first team All-Americans play and one worth a dime in the league. See what I'm saying? So I don't now the only thing that I didn't like, I thought for sure that we were going to, when we got that extra third round pick, I thought for sure we were going to get a running back. But we didn't. And that's what but check it out. You weren't gonna go get another running back when you already knew you were gonna get Ezekiel Elliott back.
Yeah.
Exactly. So why? You see what I'm saying? They got to run it back later on in the draft. But I thought for sure we was gonna go ahead and go after maybe Trey Benson or whoever.
Right.
I thought for sure that's what we were gonna do. But we didn't do it. And now when they signed Zeke, I said, well, that explains why. They had their eye on Zeke the whole time. They knew Zeke wanted to come back. They probably already had kind of started figuring out the numbers back then. And they said, okay, we're going to go on Zeke back and we're going to shut the fan base up because they mad at us because we ain't signed no free agents. We're going to give them their hero back and we're going to shut them up and everybody going to be happy and they'll forgive us because we signed Ezekiel Elliott back. So it's two birds with one stone because Zeke still got a little, Zeke still got something in the tank. I ain't trying to kill him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But he's not the Zeke that everybody trying to make him out to be.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
The rookie.
He ain't that. But he still can produce. But to what level? So, but I don't think they really were looking at running back at all, especially to get a guy that late. Got to run it back that late. Was it 6th round? I
never know. It might be June.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You might find one, but you gotta give them the chance to play if you're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But other than that, I appreciate it though, man. Appreciate you calling, man.
Yeah, man. I be watching you, man. I just be listening to you, man. I ain't see you a couple weeks. I know you've been very busy, so
appreciate
you. Thank God.
Yes, sir.
Praying for you, from that episode, and I'm just glad that you're able to give testimonies about your episodes that people now start to think things through and know that there's a God. But I really, I'm proud of you, and I can say that because we need to hear people that have things that go through that to let them know that Jesus Christ is the way to go. Even though we have our fun.
Yes, sir.
We have our fun. We had our arguments about Jerry
yes, sir.
and Stephen with his hand that seemed like he don't want to write or yes, have sir. Jerry to write checks or whatever.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I enjoy it though. And I'm continuing to pray for you and the family as well. To keep going with with your Facebook and everything. And
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. All right. Somebody else is calling from
Big Dog.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
I don't know who this is, but in my phone it said Houston, Texas. So I'm almost got an idea who this is. You're on the Big Time Show. Who is this?
Oh, it's the Great Eastside. How you doing, sir?
I kind of figured it was you. What's going on, Eastside? Keep in mind your rules. Keep in mind your rules are still the same, son. You start talking Houston, Texas, you get the click real quick.
Nah.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Nah, I'm not gonna talk Houston. We already know what's up with Houston. But I was listening to you talk about BB and Guy.
Yeah.
It seems like you already mailed in a Hall of Fame ballot. Seems like you pronouncing these guys as all world. And you're not the only one. Most of you Dallas creators have done that. And
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there, Eastside. What in the world made you think that I said they were Hall of Famers?
When you asking?
When did I say that? I just said he's a first round draft pick, which he was. Guyton was. And I said BB, just look at the tape. But if you were listening, you also heard I say that BB did that at Kansas State. This ain't Kansas State. It's the NFL. What worked at Kansas State may not work in the NFL. What worked at Oklahoma for Guyton may not work here. I said he still got a lot to learn, but if you want to catch him up, you put Parsons over there in practice and Sam Williams and Marcus Lawrence, and that's how you get him right real quick. Or you find out and he can't play. I never said nothing about the boy going straight to the Hall of Fame. I said they probably would be your two starters without a doubt because that's what they drafted. I ain't say nothing like they're going to be all pros. You got me twisted, Doc. Go ahead.
So, Guyton never played left tackle in college, right?
No, but they told him during the process in the interview that when he first came out and declared himself eligible for the draft, the teams told him right then that you need to go and start working on left tackle. So he ain't just started working on left tackle. He's been working on that for at least about 3 months. He's played left tackle before, but at college, he blocked the blind side of his left-handed quarterback. So he's used to doing left side. Go ahead.
Sounds like a project to me, sir.
Okay. I'm not going to dismiss that. Go ahead.
Up in the air.
Okay.
Sounds like an experiment.
Okay. I ain't going to argue with you on that. Go ahead. You make a little sense so far. Go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I'm just pointing out the obvious, but you know, that media or whatever you call it just sell you some dreams and try to make somebody
I didn't sell dreams.
All world.
No, I ain't sell dreams. I will say this. Ask me that again after, well, I can't say that because I don't think he's going to play preseason. Ask me about BB after week 3. And then I'll tell you exactly what I think he's going to be. You ask me that?
BB is a good role player.
He's a what? He's a what now?
He's going to be in a rotate, a good role player. Somebody you throw out there on the offensive line.
Oh, so you don't think he'll be the starter this year?
Nah, starter. I mean, if he's your starter, your offensive line not that good.
Okay. I can't argue with you because I can't argue with you because he ain't played a down in the league yet. I can't argue with you. I ain't gonna argue with you. Everything you say, that's your opinion. You don't think he's gonna be worth a dime, and I'll say that I'm saying I don't know what he's gonna be because I got to see it first. That's why I said ask me that question about BB after week 3, and after I see him hit some people a few times and watch a little more film on him on pros, then I'll be able to tell you what I really think is gonna happen with him. I can't say it right now. You're making a little sense right now, Eastside. I gotta give you credit today. Go ahead.
And another thing, sir, I've been past couple days, I've been watching these Dallas creators on their channel, and they've been telling me.
Stop right there.
How good Zay Jones.
Stop right there. Why ain't you watching Houston, Texas creators? How about that? Why you always got to watch?
I watch them both, sir. I can multitask.
Who?
I can multitask.
Who is the Houston, Texas content creator?
But you tell me I can talk about Houston, Texas. You can't tell. You tell me I can't talk.
Go ahead. You're right about that. Go ahead. I don't care about that. But you talk about that. You say talking about how good Zay Jones is. Go ahead.
I mean, for the past couple of days, I've been hearing it's been videos and Zay Jones is, we can bring him in. He'll be in a rotation and cook Zay Jones. Zay Jones don't want to come to the zoo.
Did you hear Big Time?
He don't want to come to the.
Did you hear Big Time talk about Zay Jones?
I can't 100% say for sure.
I can.
I kind of.
I can. I didn't.
You ain't say nothing about Zay Jones, nothing at all, sir.
My track record speak for itself. All you gotta do is look on my page. Go check it out. I ain't saying nothing about Zay Jones. Nothing.
Zay Jones probably would have been an upgrade on what you got.
Until today. How you gonna say you upgrade and you knocking them down? How you gonna say you upgrade now? See, that's what you
that is the Houston receiving core. I'm talking about what that is. It's an upgrade.
I don't think it'd be an upgrade. I don't think he would get on the field. I just told you that. Mm-hmm. I said if you sign Zay Jones now, his bottom line would be the fourth wide receiver. If that. He's not gonna get playing time over Tolbert. He's not getting playing time over Cooks. He's not getting playing time over CD. So what?
Isn't Tolbert from South Alabama?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Zay Jones, I'm still saying the same thing. He would not get playing time over him. So again, I'm still asking you, what are you saying? I ain't never gave Zay Jones no credit. Period.
Yeah. Zay Jones just got a little bit of change. I mean, you tell me. I mean, he works a little something. All I'm saying is
what are you worth?
These free agents don't want to come to Dallas. That's what I'm saying.
No,
glory days.
You can't say that about Zay Jones. Zay Jones went to the highest bidder. That's the bottom line. And you know he don't care nothing about winning because he went to the Arizona Cardinals. The reports say the Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals were all bidding for his services. And obviously winning ain't it for him because I forget Dallas. He could have went to Tennessee and got better. But he didn't want that. He went to Arizona because they offered him the most money. I can't blame the brother at all. I ain't blaming him. Go get paid. You just ain't gonna win nothing. He don't care nothing about winning. Just that simple.
You ain't gonna win too much in Dallas either.
He'll win more than he would in Arizona. He'll win more than he would in Arizona. He would. Right there, see, you started out good, but you slowly going back to the decline of of the intelligence of your comments right now. See what I'm saying? So
hey, sir, I'm just pointing out the obvious. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be pointing out the hypocrisy.
No, it's not hypocrisy because I'm not in it. So big time a little bit different than everybody else. I don't talk about it. I don't waste time making no videos about Zay Jones. The only videos that I would make of him, how many games he done missed.
I've seen plenty of videos of Zay Jones. Plenty.
Well, I didn't. The only video I would make of him is how many games he done missed every year. How about that? See what I'm saying?
He just got a little money. He was worth a little something.
No, he just went to the highest bidder. See, in Arizona, he won't be the fourth wide receiver. In Arizona, because Arizona ain't got nothing. Now he'll be actually probably the second receiver. It's about what team's value it is. In Arizona, he's valued. In Dallas, he's just going to be a fourth or fifth receiver. It's just that simple. So you're going to pay for that. So that's the bottom line. Eastside, get out the phone before you start messing up. You did a good job today on your call. Right. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Bye-bye.
Go.
No, you can't say nothing else. See what I'm saying? So you just about trying to give a pardon shot. No, you don't get to do that. Not here. See, that's why I already know you. See, you want to try to make this the other Texas team podcast. You can't do that. You can't say go Texans. Not here. See what I'm saying? See, I said it for you because I already knew you about to do it. That's why you got to click real quick. You can't do that. You can't do that. Who is this?
Call from
B-Bird.
B-Bird in the building. Got a little time. B-Bird, what's up, Doc?
What's up, big time? How you doing,
The one and only B-Bird, the man. Yes, sir.
How you up? I'm doing good, man. How do you have a promising team with a rookie quarterback with all these weapons and you calling the Cowboy content creator show? I don't get it with Eastside, man.
Eastside lying. Eastside don't even watch the Houston Texas podcast. He couldn't even name one.
Nah.
He can't even name one.
When you ask,
He got
when you asked him what show, he could name one. He got off of that.
He got a live notification button on all of us. His phone just showed
Absolutely, man.
Law Nation on, bam, he show up there. Big time on, he show, bam, he show up there. Boss on, bam, he show up there. Houston, Texas, they come on the same time we come on. We don't even turn it on.
Nah, he don't want to hear none of that. He don't want to hear none of that. Hey, so look, I didn't catch your whole show, man, but I was gonna ask you because I really think, man, my mindset has changed on weaponry and how to get to a championship game. I did a little bit of research,
okay,
over the run game, and I think what they've kind of tricked everybody into believing is that these aerial shows that quarterbacks put on are the way to get there, but it's really not. What I found is I did a little research, and the 300-yard passers went 2-4 in the playoffs last year, and 12 of the 13 playoff winners threw for under 300 yards. So I think the team that rushed for the most yardage was 10-3 in the playoffs. And so, and we talk about Mahomes, he's great, but he only threw one 300-yard game, and that was the one in the Super Bowl, which went to overtime. He had like 280-something before overtime. So I really think that, whereas I'm a big Jones basher, I don't like him, but I could say that one thing that they did do is with BB and first-round draft pick Guyton, they did make an effort to invest in a run game. They didn't get a running back in the third round, but I would ask myself this: would I rather BB or a running back? And I said I'd rather get the offensive line right than get a running back. So I wasn't really mad about that. I'm like you. BB is my favorite draft pick because I think it's going to help us immediately in the run game. But we have to be able to establish the run. These quarterbacks aren't winning. You said something earlier, like, is that kind of quarterback that can throw 35, 40 times a game? He's not. But here I ask you the question: what quarterback is in the NFL right now?
Nobody. But the only thing, what I'm saying is, let's just go with Cincinnati, just in case. The offensive coordinator, in my view, would tailor the offensive game plan around Joe Burrow, and really wouldn't be worried about a Joe Mixon, even though Mixon is not there anymore. But you see what I'm saying? The thing that
I get what you're saying.
And they wouldn't with Buffalo. The offense they'll say, well, we want to put it in Josh Allen's hand rather than Devin Singletary. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. We ain't worried about balance.
I do see.
But here's my thing though. Here's my thing to clear it up though, B-Bird. And I think you agree with me on this because you know the game. The thing about Kansas City, for instance, when it was time to run it, they could at a very effective rate with number 10, I forgot his name, the guy with the dreads who's special. I like him.
I know you're talking about.
But I'm saying when it was time for them to run it, at any point they could. With the Cowboys, I don't think that statement is with us. I don't think we can run it when we want to, which forces the ball back into Dak's hand more than what that. I think that's the case. Well, Baltimore could run it when they had to run it. You see what I'm saying?
Detroit
could run it a whole lot, even though they were running back by commit. San Francisco.
You look at the Final Four. All the Final Four teams could run the ball effectively
when they wanted to. When they wanted to.
When they wanted to. Yeah.
And McCaffrey, to be honest with you, McCaffrey was the only one that you really could think about that would considerably get a heavy load. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else was kind of committee, split, and there really wasn't a lot of carries there. But when they had to carry it, they can get it done. Cowboys can't claim fame to that, which forces the ball back into Dak's hand. That's my opinion.
Yes, sir. And make them a one-dimensional team too. Which is the worst part, because now they're gonna throw the ball.
Bingo.
And so I really think that I just looked at the research I did do. I just think it's really the 2014 offense with Romo and what's the name?
Murray.
Running back.
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray.
Mm-hmm.
That offense was great to me because what we did is we really was a running team, but we had a 300-yard passer that was there if we needed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we really was a ground, his offensive line, running back. We'll throw it to Dez a little bit, and Witten. I really love that offense, man. And I think if we get back to some balance like that, I think we'll be okay. I just think that another thing that comes into play, man, is weather. Throwing the ball in August and September and October, it's much easier because of the weather. But if you start looking at, we're talking about January and February games, man, those might be some cold weather games. And if you look at Kansas City, when I'm talking about Mahomes not throwing for 300 yards, partly of it because they played at Buffalo and at Baltimore. Those types, at that time of year, you're not going to throw the ball 300 yards.
Well,
but what they did do was go ahead.
Well, I was saying, in fairness to Mahomes, let's keep in mind also that he really didn't have those type of receivers last year either. It really was the Travis Kelce show. He really didn't have no great receivers last year at all.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But
I like the fact that they
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I like the fact that what they said is they have the offense enough to say that, hey man, look, we're gonna throw some dink and dunk.
Yeah.
And we're gonna run the ball.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They can switch it up. Because if you look at what we were last year was is Dak Prescott on? Yeah, we're gonna win. Is Dak Prescott off? Yeah, he's off. We're not gonna win.
Exactly.
And you gotta have a counter to that.
Yeah.
What was that?
No, you preaching now. You preaching.
Yeah, and you gotta have a counter to that, man. You cannot. I just don't like the fact that we were a one-trick pony, and we were front runners also, right?
Yeah.
That's like when Jones said in that for Green Bay, he said, let's put these front runners in the mouth because we had to get a lead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when we play with a lead, that makes Carson more effective, and the whole thing kind of goes together. But if one thing didn't happen, if we didn't get a lead, I always go back to the Arizona game as a blueprint to beat us.
Yeah.
Early in the year, we thought it was an aberration, but if you look back at it, what they did is they ran the ball, the quarterback ran the ball, they threw the ball a little bit, but there was ball control, running the clock, running the ball, and never letting us really get into the flow of it. And people tell me what a Buffalo game did. No, Arizona, go back to that game. That's what got us.
Yep.
But if you look at the final 4 teams, it was no team that we were better in the trenches on either side than San Francisco. We wasn't better than them on either side. Detroit, Kansas City, we wasn't better with on either side. And who was the final 3? I'm sorry. Baltimore. Was it Baltimore? We wasn't better. The trenches is not sexy, man. Let me tell you, 69 jerseys don't sell as good as 82 jerseys. But those are the ones, man, that get you to the promised land. And people don't like to look at that. Well, look at the weapons Dak had. Forget the weapons. Look at the line play.
Yeah. I agree.
And that's what where they are, man.
I mean, I love their approach this year with the strategy. It's obvious what they were doing. They wanted to go ahead and get solidified the line. And who knows, if these two guys turn into, real ball players, then you have just, at least in 2 positions, you just settled that position for the next, 10 years maybe? Barring injury or the desire to play. These guys may be here, for a minute or so. So I'm not arguing with it at all. It's just that the difference between a lot of our guys is our team is we have to run the ball when we want to run the ball. And we have not been good at that over the last couple of years, which made Dak be what he is. And to Dak's credit, he did what he had to do. And he did it, actually.
Absolutely.
So that's why I give Dak credit. And then here's the other thing. Without a running game, the last couple of years, to me, not effective enough.
Absolutely.
The Cowboys still end up being the number 1 offense in the league. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
But here's the deal, man. You go look at that Buffalo game, and it may be some games we got to go on the road. We got to grind out.
We don't have a grind out team, man.
We don't.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna get off, and you can answer this while I'm off, man. The thing I'm kind of concerned about, because I think they answered a lot of the questions that I was asking. With the offensive line, with the run. What do you think we're gonna do at DT, man? Because that's scaring me right now. I'm not with Mozzie. I'm not really, not looking too. I'm not too energized about him coming back. But what do you think we're gonna do with that DT position? Because I think the linebackers are kind of coming around. But what do you think?
We're at the point now where we're just hoping. I saw something yesterday that said that Mozzie came weighed in at 348 pounds, which is great. The question is, he's all being strong. That's not even a concern. He is strong, and he's gonna be able to move people. The question is, how long can he stay on the field, and how effective? Now, a lot of people want sacks and all that. They ain't never been his game. His job is just to clog up the middle. And the way I'm looking at it is, if he can do that, then we, got somewhat of a problem, somewhat solved. Now, the other thing is, the real question is, can Zimmer pull out the best out of Mozzie? That's really the only question I got left. Because if he stays at the weight that he is, he gonna move people around, man. He's a strong dude, real. And that's what we just got to see. So, but if he can't do it this year, and I'll say this, B-Bird, to answer your question, man, forget this year. That's the only spot that we really have never really addressed in the last 6 to 8 years. I mean, seriously, how long?
I think no longer than that.
Yeah, I mean, how long do we have to have the same question that we've had for the last 10 years? When we gonna get defensive line tackle here? We've been saying that for the last 10 years at least. This problem hadn't been addressed yet, and the way that they want to do it, the one that they should do it, they will not do it, and that is pay for it. They ain't gonna do that, because that's how you handle the problem real quick. Instead, they keep like the draft guys who they think can get it done, and before you know it, they playing in the XFL somewhere, like Taco Charter, like Taco Charter in the XFL now.
That's right.
Come on, man.
I got a question for you, man. Just get your opinion on this, because you may know more about this than me. But let me ask this question. So we have these rotations at the defensive end, defensive tackles, and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of a set rotation we had last year, where this guy gets this many plays, D-Law off the field. I never really liked that. I do like giving my starters a break, but I don't like a set rotation, because I think what it is, you're trying to do these analytics where keeping guys, fresh and this, that, and other. But at some point in time, you got to get your players on the field, right? Your playmakers on the field. So what am I wrong in that thought process, or what do you think about that?
Well, in the case of D-Law, D-Law is so good against the run that he just about need to be a 3-down guy. Because whatever you want to do, he can attack. His pass rushing ain't what it once was, but he's still effective. He can get a lot of pressure there. Me personally, I like the rotation because the linemen are tired, and if you bring me a Sam Williams, or at that time a Dorrance Armstrong, or Dexter Fowler Jr., bring them in at that time, and you just had to deal with Michael Parsons, and you just had to deal with D-Law. That's why Dorrance Armstrong had 8 sacks last year in limited time. When you think about Fowler, who seemed to be always in the backfield, Sam Williams was a constant pressure player. Then here come right after that, they go to the bench. Here come Parsons again. The offensive lineman gonna have a problem. I liked it because sacks wasn't the issue. The issue with the Cowboys was in the middle. It wasn't the outside. And linebacker play, of course, was a problem because we didn't really have a line, guys. The Cowboys' problem is their philosophy. Their philosophy is when as far as defensive tackles, because we've been seeing it for too long now. They really want to get their defensive tackles from the draft. They don't want to spend no money at all, whether it's bargain bin, but dollar store free agents. They really don't want to do that. They want to get everything from the draft. Bohanna, Ridgeway, they Chauncey Golston, go back to maybe Tristan Hill, these guys. They ain't getting nobody. You know what I'm saying? They just draft guys. Yeah. They refuse to spend any money. I'm even talking about. I
tell you what.
I'm even talking about bargain bin free shopping. They don't spend on defensive tackles. It's horrible.
Well, you're so right that if the Cowboys thought that, hey, we're only a defensive tackle away from getting to the Super Bowl, they still go to the draft and get him instead of going to the free agency to try to get him. They locked into their philosophy.
I think you have. I don't know if it's to the Super Bowl, but I believe that you at least be able to be better against the run. I mean, we get gashed. Yeah. We saying the same things every year. We get gashed in the run. Yeah. They can't got nobody can stand in the middle. We've been saying seeing that same movie for the last God knows how many years. The linebackers really ain't been in the issue. The secondary hadn't really been the issue. It's really just been right there in the middle. And
we lost that game to the Rams, right? You remember when they ran the 300 yards?
Yeah,
that signals to you that we got to do something, but they didn't.
They didn't. And you going back to what, 4 years ago now? Going back 3-4 years. I mean, come on now. Yeah. I mean, it don't take that long to figure out the problem. But the Cowboys believe the problem is they believe in their philosophy and they will not change. They just will not change. And if they say, hey, we believe in this kid in Oregon, we believe in that kid from UCLA to be our defensive tackle, we believe it. And then when they get pushed around, they look real crazy.
That's right. Well, look at Vic. I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm gonna let you go. I was telling somebody talking about the Cowboys are good at undrafted free agents. They're good at the draft, and they're good at scouting like the USFL or whatever things. And I told somebody, I said, you know what they're good at? They're good at all the ways to get athletes that are cheap.
Yes, they're great.
Think about it. They're good at all those things, but they're not good at when you got to put money out. When I saw that Zay Jones got on a flight, I told the content creator, I said, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
they was like, why? I said, because for him to be in Dallas, he cannot get on that flight. Yeah. If he gets on that flight, that means they got to bid against somebody else. And name the last time that the Cowboys ever went even bidded against anybody else.
There you go.
Actually got the athlete.
There you go.
They've never done that.
Exactly.
Man.
So that,
they will not get into a bidding deal with somebody.
But check this out, B-Bird, and I'm gonna let you go. I already know you about to leave.
I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm gonna have you later, brother.
Go ahead. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
We're in overtime, y'all. I know y'all see the time. I'm usually off in 2 hours. So, but we're in a little overtime, so I don't mind. Today I ain't gonna wait a minute. Don't mean I'm going another hour now, but I'm just saying. But let me say this. The B-Bird, I know you're on there. I was just about to tell you, check this out. You know what else messes up the Cowboys? As crazy as it's gonna sound, it's the truth. What messes up the Cowboys is this. Despite all the negatives that you just pointed out, and all of them are true, what messes up the Cowboys is that they win 12 games a year. 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. And we've been saying the same things even in the 12-5 seasons. But yet the Cowboys keep winning 12 games, and they're right at the doorstep of really making a move. And because they keep winning 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, guess what? Their mindset is saying, we're doing something right. That's what the problem is. See, if the Cowboys went 6-10, if the Cowboys went 5-12, then what we're saying might happen. But every year, at least the last 3 years, 12-5. Look, no running game, 12-5. Dak throwing the ball 40 times, 12-5. No Harlot, no linebackers. 12-5. No defensive tackles. 12-5. I mean, that's what the problem is. And their mindset is saying, we don't have to have linebackers. We can put a safety at linebacker like they did last year. We still gonna win ball games. Guess what? They did. We ain't got no running game. We we can't run it the way we want to when we want to. So, but guess what? 12-5. 12-5. We don't have to do nothing different because we only lose 5 games a year. We always top 2, top 3 seed in the NFC. We don't have to change anything because we 12-5. Y'all keep saying we don't have defensive tackles, but guess what? We still score. We still do enough. Our defense ain't that bad because we ain't lost but 5 games. See, to get what a lot of y'all thinking, the Cowboys will have to hit rock bottom. And let's just be honest with you. As crazy as it sounds, and y'all don't like it, what Dak Prescott led team, other than the year that he was hurt, what team did he have that he didn't win at least 10 games? Hello. It ain't been a Dak Prescott team now that didn't win at least 9+ games. I know y'all don't like that, but I'm just calling the truth. In order to get the philosophy to change, the Cowboys will have to get rock bottom. In order for us to really dip into free agency, you have to go there. The Cowboys ain't never drafted hardly in the top 10. 2017, 2019, common sense. 2017 is when 2017, he was hurt. 2019, he broke his thumb. He missed all them games. That was the 5 or 6 games Cooper Rush played. Remember? And of course, Cooper Rush did a great job and won a game. Well, he didn't, the team didn't lose. I think 4-1, 5-1, whatever the case may be. Dak Prescott they ain't losing games if he playing. I'm just telling the truth. That's what the record says. That's what the track record says. So the Cowboys are all gonna be drafting 16, 17 down. They ain't drafting no top 10. Last time we dropped top 10 was when the Zeke Elliott got drafted. No. Change the offense up. Dak Prescott still win 12 games. Just as simple. Kellen Moore with the bad play calling, guess what? 12 games. No defense, 12 games. I'm just calling it like it is. If they ain't won 12, they won 11. Dak Prescott does not lose. Dak Prescott wins 10+. Well, I'm sorry, because y'all don't want to give Dak credit. I get it. The Cowboys, if Dak Prescott is the quarterback, the Cowboys win 10+ games every year. You're right, Greg. I'm sorry. I thought I was thinking the other way. They just don't lose. They don't lose like that. And so because they don't lose like that, the Cowboys' mindset is obviously we don't have to change anything. We just need a tweak here. We just need a little tweak there. We don't have to change our philosophy. Will McClay does a great job. He picks players, good players that turn into Pro Bowl players. We don't have to address the defensive tackle position. We don't put money into that position, but we still end up with a pretty good defense. We still end up leading the league in turnovers. We're always in the top 3 or 4 in turnovers on defense. We don't have to change anything. We don't. We'll go spend money on defensive ends, though. It's obvious. All you got to do is look at it. They'll spend money on DeMarcus Lawrence. They'll spend money on Dorrance Armstrong, which they did. They'll go to free agency and get a Dexter Fowler. They will get a Micah Parsons. They don't have no problem spending money on defensive end because Jerry would tell you they're the quote unquote war daddies. War daddies. You don't talk about that from no defensive tackle position except when he talked about Aaron Donald. That's the only one that he talked about from that position that I remember. Usually when he say war daddy, he think about ends. Y'all see what I'm saying? The Cowboys don't spend money on defensive tackles. They draft them. They drafted Ridgeway. They drafted Bo Hanna. They drafted Chauncey Golston. They drafted Mozzie. They don't draft. They don't spend nothing on that. And if they are spending those guys you ain't never heard of before. It is. But y'all gonna be sick, man. Now see right here. Now Shane said this. I see what he's saying. Now one of these things is gonna happen. Unfortunately for Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy has got Mike McCarthy dang got to win the Super Bowl to keep his job, as far as I'm concerned. He said, as long like Cowboy fan, all we can hope for change the future is if the wheels fall off. That's what I'm saying. Their philosophy ain't gonna change. McCarthy needs to be fired, and Dak needs to go, he said. Most Cowboy fans like Dak, but we have no faith in him to win a championship. All of what he said is true. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen out of the statement that he said. McCarthy is going to leave. Dak ain't going nowhere, though. And he said more Cowboy fans like Dak, but we have no faith in him to win a championship. The truth be told, a lot of Cowboy fans feel exactly that way. Even though I like Dak, I'm not sure that he can get it done. Now, y'all don't like that, but I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not sure. I can't say I know he gonna get it done. I'm not sure. That's all he got to say there's no faith. So I can say that. But Dak ain't going nowhere. Dak is gonna sign an extension. Y'all might as well get ready. Y'all gonna be mad. I thought I saw Kid Cowboy come in. He gonna be the main one. When Dak Prescott signed the extension, I'm gonna be here for you. Y'all can cry and complain. All I'm gonna say is, I told you what was gonna happen. Yeah, that Kid Cowboy, I thought he was in here. He is going to be here. McCarthy won't. I'm gonna need all that same energy when he signs the extension. Kid Cowboy, I'm gonna be looking for you. I'm just gonna be here for you to say, hear all your complaints and all that. I don't think McCarthy will. I don't think win the NFC East. Because see, they done that. NFC East, winning NFC East ain't a problem. That ain't what they looking for. The way I look at it is, it's kind of like what Cowboy fans say a couple years ago. In order for him to win, to keep his job, I believe that he has to make the NFC Championship game. Minimum. Even though the team, as Jerry said, is with less, he still got that same standard. I don't think that he saves his job any other way. And I know Philly has stacked the deck pretty good. If the Cowboys don't, they may not win the division. Who knows? But if they don't win the division, I don't even think that's a criteria. The bare minimum is that the Cowboys must make the playoffs, whether they're on the road the first round or at home. It don't make no difference. If they win a wild card, that ain't gonna save his job. The division round is where they lock in and say, okay, this is the spot where you can't never get past. This is what you have to win. And if they do that, then we can start talking about him keeping his job. But if he get to a wild card, lose one and done, he gone. I'm just telling you. It is what it is. All right, everybody. I went overtime today. I'm usually off in 2 hours. I done went 20 minutes, probably 21 minutes over now. I'm going to let y'all go. We've been on here too long. Listen, I appreciate everybody who hung with me on the show. Hope we had a little fun. Do me one favor before we go. Everybody, Coach Breedlove is in the house. Is that fair to him? You going to make me go another 20 minutes, Coach. Is that fair to who, Coach? I don't know who you're talking about. Is that fair to who? Are you talking about McCarthy or that? I don't know which one you're talking about. Is that fair to who? Yeah, happy Mother's Day to everybody. I know it ain't no too many ladies on here, but if you have your mother alive, I lost mine 2 years ago. Cherish your mother. One day it won't, either you won't be here or she won't be here. And you're going to wish you had everybody. Let me see. Coach Breedlove says, McCarthy, is it fair to him? I'm gonna, you know what, Coach? You may have gave me my next show, but because you asked that, I'm gonna go ahead and answer it now. I'm gonna say yes, it's fair to him. And you just gave me another show, and I'm gonna say the reason why. Because McCarthy has been blessed with Super Bowl type rosters, and when you have the amount of Pro Bowl players and all pros that he has had every year, expectations come with that. And wild card rounds ain't it. I'm just saying. Based off the roster, and that's a real good question. And you just may have gave me my next show, because a part of it at least. Is it fair to McCarthy to be going in as a lame duck coach? When you consider what he's had and where he has finished, and whether we blame it on Quinn, whether we blame it on Dak, whether we blame it on Steve, whoever we blame it on, the head coach is always the one to be the first on the chopping block. Jerry ain't going nowhere. He can't fire himself. Steven ain't going nowhere. Usually the quarterback don't get fired. The defensive coordinator does get fired. But Dan Quinn left. Usually it is the head coach. And when you really think about what he's had, when Dak was healthy, and you start talking about the Amari Coopers and the all-pro linemen, and then Ziggy Elliott, a Pro Bowl running back, and Dak, a Pro Bowl quarterback, and you start talking about some of the defense, is if the players ain't getting fired, they're on the contract. It's usually the head coach. Is it fair? Are the expectations fair? That's the question. That's really the question. When they say this team has a Super Bowl roster and this team should make the NFC Championship game, or this team should make the Super Bowl, is it fair? See, there's some teams that don't even deserve that type of conversation. The Cowboys deserve that type of conversation, just based off the players that they had. That is fair. Now, is it fair that you say that he should be walking into the contract this year without a contract? That's opinionated. Personally, I would have gave him a contract by now. I would have gave McCarthy one, because it's more than the playoffs. You got to do a total assessment. He's turned the program around. There's nowhere in the world you can't say he hadn't turned it around with all the amount of wins that he's had now. You just can't do that. It's something there. We at one point we were saying we'll make the playoffs 1 year, we'll skip a year. Then we'll make the inconsistent with Jason Garrett was not even there. We done made the playoffs at least 3. When the last time the Cowboys prior to Mike McCarthy made the playoffs 3 years in a row? When? Is it 3 or 4? When is the last time that happened? When? We ain't had that in a long time. Jason Garrett, Wade Phillips. Who was the coach before Wade Phillips? No, we didn't make it then. So it's something that counts. To me now. May not count nothing to y'all because y'all say, well, do it in January. If you just basing it off January, which I guess, some people say that's it, then no, then he ain't done nothing. But you got to do a total assessment. This dude turned the whole program around now. He got an offensive coordinator that he really didn't, he had to inherit in Kellen Moore. He wanted to call plays, in my view, the first time, but they forced Kellen Moore on him. And, he had to, get the language right. I love Kellen Moore. No, you didn't. Because you didn't like his situational play calling. And you knew you couldn't say nothing to him. Because Jared had his back. You would have called something different. You didn't want that. Now you had to convince him, say, hey, man, I really need to be calling plays. You did it, and come to find out he did some of the same stuff Kellen Moore did. Yeah, it's fair. To me. Now, that's just to me. You may not think so. All right, that's enough. Coach, you just started something, Bree Love. I'm going to have to come back with that one. I like that. The next show is because of Coach Bree Love on Monday. Y'all join me Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Monday at 7 p.m. Everybody hit that like button for me before we go. I thought I said that, but if I didn't, I'll do it again. Everybody hit that like button for me. I hate to cut it off, y'all, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. I've been on too long. Can't tell it all. I've been on for 2 hours and 27 minutes. I can't tell it all. But we tried to have fun today, and I appreciate all you guys hanging with me. Come back for part 2, I guess. Coach Bree Love just started something. Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern and 7 o'clock Central, we will continue this discussion about Coach McCarthy and probably some other stuff. But I think Coach Bree Love done started something on there. Okay? Kid Cowboy bring that same comment in. He say we can't go another 4-5 years with this quarterback. Okay. Bring that with you. Bring that with you on Monday. Because I could counteract and say we can't go another 4-5 years with this coach. And maybe some of you saying it's a package deal. Maybe you feel like we can't make it without that. All right. Appreciate you, Joe, over there in Italy. I appreciate all of y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I thank y'all for hanging with me again. We'll do it again Monday night, 7 p.m. for the one and only. We're going to holler at y'all. This has been the Big Time Show.
Thank you.